Great party, isn't it?
Hi. Happy Monday. Boy, I fucked up. I've never been more embarrassed in my entire life. And I'm not even sort of just saying that like, oh, this was a big deal. I've never felt the level of shame I felt in my life. This Saturday at Garrett's wedding party, I literally did the shittiest, weirdest, most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life. And I literally want to blow my fucking head off.
Now, can we
Kevin's
guess?
here, by the way.
Hey, everybody. I was out the door. I was headed to jerk off in a bathroom. And Robbie and Steve started prepping for the show. And I heard Steve and his level of embarrassment. By the way, I like this background. I heard Steve and his level of embarrassment. And I said, what happened? And Bobby said, I don't know. We're going to talk about it on the show. Do you want to stay? And I could not be more excited to see someone confess their sins. Bobby, do you have any guesses on what Steve's about to say?
I think he fucked Garrett's wife.
I was thinking that too.
That would justify the level of shame.
Literally might have been better if I just banged his wife.
Oh, God.
Okay, so
Might have been better.
I did think it was funny when you made a reference to morning. Like, people watch that.
I said, is Garrett mad? And you went ahead and said, I think so, which took out sex from the equation.
Good
Yeah,
point.
I don't know. He's definitely more like secondhand embarrassed or whatever. When you watch someone do the worst thing they've ever done, whatever that feeling is, where like, sure, you want to be mad at them, but you're mostly just like, Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you? I got a lot of what's wrong with yous. Are you retarded? How fucked up are you? What's your fucking problem? Like, what's wrong with you?
Okay.
It wasn't, people weren't like laughing like, Jesus Christ, get a load of this guy. It was a lot of anger and like, Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck's your problem?
Was it now when they were saying what's your problem?
I haven't been able to breathe properly since Saturday. I
You
keep
were
having
just-
to take deep breaths to make sure like there's actually air getting in there because I feel like I'm gonna fucking pass out.
You were just marching nonstop back and forth
You
before
were.
the show, just pacing. Like, whatever room you were in, you would just be pacing. It was so uncomfortable.
I do a lot of pacing when I'm stressed out.
Were you oh God. Hold on, I think my cat just died. I'm getting a call from the foster family. When you say
I'm gonna vomit.
I'm not going to ask this question until you vomit, just so you know. When you say people were saying what's wrong with you, were you were you doing what embarrassed you while they were saying it?
No, it stopped, and then a cascade of like, you're a piece of shit. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Who does that? And it was a lineup of people all facing me. You want me to just tell you what happened? Because it is quite.
Did it involve a homeless guy?
I wish.
Oh, no.
I wish it involved anybody other than literally the bride and groom.
Oh.
And I made their special day.
Oh,
Terrible.
Luby's here just in time to hear your
Why
embarrassment.
is Luby here?
If,
Hi, Luby.
If
She
Garrett,
heard there was an opening.
Dude, I wouldn't be shocked.
if Garrett walks in, is he going to hit you in the face? Let's just say we're at Sullivan's, right? And you were hanging out at the bar. What would Garrett do when he walked in and saw you?
He would not make eye contact and just kind of go somewhere else, probably. He's
Okay.
probably going to come in and just be like, hey.
Okay. All right. So set the scene.
So we're at Garrett's wedding party. He already got married, but it was just a big reception party at like a mansion in Greenwich. So it was this really, really nice setup. Hors d'oeuvres. There was an open bar, which I imbibed in. I was drinking like full wine glasses of Jameson. It's not funny, Luby. I'm going to kill myself.
Does Luby know
No,
the
it's
story?
hilarious. Please do laugh. I'm kidding.
Luby, do you know the story?
No, I don't know nothing. I just know I saw videos like Gina was doing live from Garrett's wedding, and I was pretty bummed out.
Right. Well, let
It
me
was a
tell you.
beautiful night. Honestly, we all had a great time. Until about 1 a.m. Everything till 1 a.m. It was one of the best parties I've ever been to. Not even just saying that. It was such a good time. Everybody was so nice. The ceremony, like not ceremony, but they did the thing where everybody gave speeches.
Did Anthony
Gino
give a
gave a speech, and he made everybody laugh, and it was like this heartfelt thing too.
my
It was
goodness.
great. Anthony, same thing. He gave a speech. He was making everybody like crack up laughing, and then he had this like heartfelt, like Garrett's such a great guy thing.
Oh, no.
It was really nice to watch them do their speeches.
And then, did you give a speech?
Well, at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was about an entire bottle of Jameson deep. And I don't think I'm actually exaggerating about that. I think nobody else, but Gino had a couple Jamesons, but he was drinking wine all night.
Bottles or glasses?
Bottles. No, yeah, so the bottle of Jameson was done at the end of the night, and I'm pretty sure I drank all of it, if not most. Had a couple of joints, so I was really, really messed up at
Why are you
around,
the biggest fuck up of the compound now? How is this possible?
I don't know. I've been asking myself that for fucking 36 hours.
Wow.
I've been like, how did this happen? Who am I? What am I doing? What am I
You have
thinking?
everything in your life, and you're still acting like this.
I'm making it like, I'm making my life
you
bad.
need a struggle. You need a struggle. You can't operate.
This
when
is
everything
beyond
fine.
anything I've. This
Luby,
is
you're
the worst
edging
thing
me
I've ever
here.
done.
Let's hear what happened, Steve. Let him get to the story.
So I go. Hey, Garrett.
Hold on, before you tell this story, I'd like to see Garrett's reaction to just sitting down and seeing you for the first time.
You told the story already?
Not yet.
Don't tell it.
Really?
Let Anthony.
Okay. Hey, that really takes it off my plate.
I would love to tell you what that guy did. I'd love to. But the boss fucking pays us. And all I can say is I was uncomfortable. I will also add that I was on the fucking train listening to the episode saying, go faster, conductor. And I will say this. I went from being the total asshole of the wedding party to just a lesser asshole. A lesser asshole. Because, look, I know, let me explain something. I'm a very good alcoholic. Yes, I am. I'm a good alcoholic. I know what a wedding entails. And when it entails me drinking, I'll tell you, I'm not going to drive. So I took the train. The MTA, and apparently I'm not good at taking trains, okay? I've never even been in a train, so to speak. But I know the wedding is in Greenwich, Connecticut. I can say that, right? Because if you don't know where Greenwich, Connecticut is, there's a mushroom cloud over it right now. There's a mushroom cloud that smells like Steve and regret. And if you ever want to go, and so this is how dumb I am. And by the way, you don't even know this part because I'm so dumb. I didn't when I told you the story, left this out. So they go, So I'm like, all right, let me get to the MTA. This is a layup. It's 5 minutes from my house. So I'm lazy. I call an Uber. I'm like, I'm not going to take the subway. It's hot. I'm going to enjoy. I call the Uber. It's like 5 minutes away. I do my thing, where I dance around naked in front of my cat, who's 4, and I get all ready to go, and then I get there. I get back to the phone. I'm like, should be a minute. It's like 6 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? And I have 2 messages from the guys. Like, I'm stuck in traffic. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, how much longer? He's like, there's an accident. I'm not moving. And I'm not allowed to call him and cancel my trip. Cancel my trip. So I don't have to fucking cancel it myself. So I shell out $5 to cancel that. Then I order another one, and it's 6 minutes. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'll just take the subway. So I take the subway. But by the time I get there, I miss my train to Greenwich, which is the New Haven line. So I'm like, I'll just take the next train. And I buy a ticket to New Haven because I'm stupid. I bought a ticket to New Haven. I should have bought a ticket to Greenwich, right? I bought a ticket to New Haven. So now I'm on my way to New Haven, and apparently I'm on the next train, which is an express, which doesn't even go to Greenwich. Doesn't even go. So I'm matching up stops. Nope. It's like next stop, Darien. I'm like, Darien Gordon of the former San Diego Chargers who went to the Super Bowl in 29. No. Town called Darien. And then you ever do this? Has anyone ever go onto your Google Maps? And then you're like, let me see how far I am from the place since this stop isn't right. And the place goes south. You're north of it. And then you panic. And then I'm trying to get off that train like it was bound for Auschwitz. I did the whole bit just to say that. I'm trying to get off the train like it's bound for... And I get off like a retard, and then I have to take an Uber, and I don't get there till 6:30, which gave me plenty of time, because the real show wasn't for about 4 or 5 hours later. I mean, don't get me wrong. And even Steve said it. Garrett, thank you. That was a great time. And by the way, here's the other thing you don't get. What day is it? The wedding was Saturday. As of Thursday, we were not even invited, were we, Steve? Nope. Garrett went out of his way and said, you know who I should invite? Gino and Steve. And I'm sure he went like this, where he texted like, I don't know if I should invite Gino. You were not even a question. And you're lovely.
How crazy is that? I thought the same thing. He wasn't worried about me coming. He was worried about you. And then I did it.
You did. By the way, Kevin Molly's wedding, they're like, you should give a speech. And I was like, did I give a speech? No. I did make out with some chick in the middle of the dance floor like fucking white trash, but I did not fucking give a speech at Kevin's wedding because I had a couple of these. So we get there, we're eating, and by the way, Steve even had, I'll pay you a compliment. Steve at one point said...
It's not necessary. We really could just avoid compliments.
I'm going to give a speech about Steve. No, Steve at one point even said, and Garrett said it immediately too, it's like, if you saw the video I did, there's like 8 or 9 tables on... God, who are those people? You married well, buddy. Like his cousins or whatever, and it's a beautiful deck. Outside, and Steve even said, because it's us being assholes, literally the back table from where they're giving speeches, it's me, Steve, the boss, and your lovely girl, Courtney, right? What is it? Carol?
Caitlin.
God, whenever I meet her, I'm 8 Jaegers in. And I love her, and she's great. By the way, I will say this. She was holding back tears while Steve was doing what he was doing. And I don't think he was speaking out of school. She's like, what are you... So,
she didn't want to talk to me after that. I don't know if you can imagine. There wasn't much conversation.
But Steve even said to Garrett, he goes, Garrett, you know what? No, when Garrett wasn't there, he's like, that's awesome. Because, who was Anthony going to talk to? Who was Anthony going to be an absolute asshole with? I brought a backpack of giant cigars. There was no one, So, again, you did the right thing, Garrett, up until about 1:45 a.m. But aside from that, and I mean, you had to, it was. Anyway, I don't know. Carl. Ooh. Hey, how was your, watch this. Hey, how was your weekend?
Oh, pretty dull.
Oh my God, come on. So good.
Oh, little J-Mo. Maybe Steve wants some.
Steve, Steve, why don't you do a toast? Steve, come do it.
I swear, man. Dude. How could there
Look at his face. He's just sweating.
How could there possibly be an event where you and I are there, and there's drinking, a lot of it involved,
Please go on.
and we don't walk away being the total assholes of the
Ready for-
night.
I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
I'll do you one better. Remember when the event we're talking about was in place?
Oh, yes.
Ready for this? We were uncomfortable.
Yes.
We were uncomfortable.
Wow.
We're like, this is. Ugh.
Oh.
You literally went like this, and you were not even wearing a tie.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's just
Oh my
a
God.
mere couple of evenings ago, Saturday night.
Right.
I was privileged to be invited to Garrett's wedding. Now Garrett was married how long ago? Yeah, a couple of weeks. It was already a couple of weeks. But then he had, because family and friends want to be there. I did the same stupid thing, get married. No, same stupid thing. And you try to do a small thing, and then everyone gets kind of upset with you that you got married and they weren't there. And before you know it, you got your friends and relatives that have to show up.
And his lovely wife, Jamie, who was so charming.
Jamie is so nice.
I called
So
Jamie
sweet.
a whore twice during the speech, and she thought it was fine.
Oh.
It was fine. Just saying.
You almost did. You teetered on it.
I said, remember you took her for richer or poor whore. I was very proud of that.
Yes, that was pretty good.
I'm clever.
Yeah. But people, knew
But
we
it
were
works
joking.
because you have a giant cigar to tap.
The backpack. Gino brought a wedding backpack.
I was an hour and a half late to a wedding reception, and I wasn't the asshole.
Yeah.
I'm saying-
It still didn't work out.
How's it going, Steve?
Oh my God.
Look at him! Look at him!
So I get there, on time for the most part. And it is just fantastic. Garrett's introducing me to family, his family, relative, mother, father, uncles, brother.
Buds.
And they're all really fucking nice. Like, you have to understand how nice this family is.
There's the sweetest.
It's so sweet.
And the woman who, his cousin or her, was it your cousin or her cousin?
None of my cousins was there, so it must have been her cousin.
Yeah, hers, right?
Yeah, that owns the place. It was.
Oh,
cool.
yeah, that was her cousin.
Oh, the house is beautiful.
Yeah, go on.
And it's Connecticut. Mm-hmm. Nice, sprawling. I would say sprawling.
Right.
And nice, real professional tent put up in the back that we all had dinner under there. The tables.
I heard there were appetizers.
Yeah, they were appetizers. You must have missed those. You were late.
Piece of shit.
The
piece of shit.
No, of course. I have to also say, Garrett, that when you go to a wedding, you just go, "Oh God, all right, I'm forced to eat, so I'm going to have this garbage." It's usually crap. And you guys, you had the greatest fucking food, like roast duck, and it wasn't dry, shitty duck.
No.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really good, and then steak and all kinds, and it was just really good food.
Pumpkin ravioli.
Pumpkin ravioli, if you wanted that.
Daddy liked it. Go on.
And then the bartender guy, Rich, was fucking awesome. He just stand there, and I threw him some money, so it was like my glass was always full.
Yeah, and I was the next in line.
And then the little shit that was making the rounds with the bottle, I don't think he understood. I gave him some money, and then he came back, and I wasn't the first one served. So I was going to give him a little more. Maybe I insulted him. And then he told me, no, Garrett said don't take any money from him or something. I don't know.
Garrett told me not to say the N-word before I did my speech.
Yeah. Well, that was justified. You might have. Could have been maybe one more warning thrown out to someone else.
Watch this. Who?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Look at him.
Oh, boy.
He's been sweat. He should have weighed himself before he came in today. And then weighed himself out.
Oh, yeah. So we have dinner, and it's fantastic. And then drinking continues. And
we had a couple.
Yeah, we did have this. Now, I am very awkward at weddings. I like being at the back somewhere. No one pays attention. I don't like making any. I don't dance. I don't do any of that shit.
You seem like a dancer.
Oh, don't I? Watch me hoof. I dance like the kid that fell off the Verrazano in Saturday Night Fever. That's the only dance I can do. Pardon. So, they had people get up that know Garrett and Jamie. And
That movie is 50 years old, by the way.
I know, terrible. I make all the newest references, and there was people gave like not speeches, but kind of conveyed stories about who they knew.
Anecdotes,
They
if you
knew
would.
the husband, the wife, whatever it is. You do tell a little story.
Or if they knew something Steve didn't, better.
Right,
Didn't
right.
Better.
So we all, not everybody, but a few people got up, and then Gino gets up, and everyone just assholes clinched. Like, uh-oh. Does he understand this is a wedding and it's not some shitty club that, you probably be playing at?
And I canceled. We were also saying, by the way, as of Friday afternoon, Steve wasn't even, me neither. We were not even invited.
Oh.
Garrett said, hey, you know what I should do? I should invite these guys. They're good people.
Oh, boy.
And who do you think he hesitated before?
Mistake that.
Who do you think he hesitated before sending an invite to? Steve or me?
Probably you.
Yeah. And yet Steve, anyway, back to the story. I'm sorry.
So you get up there.
Yeah.
And it was very funny and it was nice. Like you ended off with being very complimentary.
I said, Garrett always comes to work in a good mood.
Yep.
Steve does as well. I said, and I looked at his lovely. I said, that's got to be because of you. Always in a good mood. Steve gave a similar speech at one point, but you go on.
Well, yeah. And you gave me the nerve because you went up there. So then I went up.
You followed.
And
me.
I said a little.
Heckled. Yeah, you're.
It was fun. It was fun, and it was very nice to be able to convey my appreciation.
To the lovely bride and groom.
Yes,
to the lovely
yes.
bride and groom.
There it is. Lovely.
Here he
There
comes.
you go. Mm-hmm.
But you were fantastic. It was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. It was.
There will even be a day when
again.
Steve says that was a great night. I think it was a great night.
I don't think so.
And
it was.
Let's do it again. There will even be a day when Steve says that's a great night.
Oh, I don't think so.
Look at him. He's turning around. All right, I'm sorry. I'm done.
But to be able to go up, have some fun with it, and then be able to let Garrett know that we appreciate him.
Sure.
It's awesome. And then when that was done, that's when Garrett told me, he goes, dude, there's a basement in this house. It's got a pool table, foosball table, some video games, a bar is down there. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing in the fresh air?
A men's and ladies' room. The men's has a urinal by the toilet. What the fuck?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was very nice. And on the way down there, first we took a little stop on the side lawn with the tiki torches and passed around a little doobage.
No, I had 4 cigars that night.
Yeah, you were smoking a cigar. You should have just bought one big one in your backpack.
Garrett, who's the guy I smoked the cigars with? Tell me he's my new man crush. He was a good dude.
Greg.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You go, cigar smoking, pal.
My Mars smoking.
Some Mars smoking. Thank you for the J-Mo. So that was great.
Stretch.
A lot of fun. We were laughing in the little circle jerk of smoking weed. And then I go inside and I see the foosball tables there. And there were a couple of ladies that were kind of looking at the foosball table. And I go, who wants to play? Like, let's fucking play and shit. And I don't know who that girl was. She was the blonde girl with the powder blue dress on.
I think she was a daughter of the cousins that owned the house.
Oh, okay. What a pretty girl. Just
Yes.
a pretty girl. And we were on a team. I was playing goalie, and she was on the front. We won every game we played.
Because you're that guy.
I am that guy.
I used to, I don't know if you...
It was fun, bam, bam. It's just
I used to
fun,
drink
fun
this
playing
much in
foosball.
college as well, and there was
Yeah,
always
yeah.
a foosball table.
Foosball.
And I had a friend who would do that shit, and you do that, and I was that fag going, wee.
Oh, you
like,
spinning
I
them?
will tell you, I've been to every Lilith fair. I'm not gay. If you watch me,
Lilith Fair.
if you watch me playing foosball, I'm a fag. I'm that guy.
You're spin the.
I can't.
spin.
I don't know how to play
Allowed
it.
to
I
spin.
don't.
Spin.
I don't know how to. No, and you're that guy that you can do the move with the guy right in front of the goalie where you wrap it around.
Dude,
and just
thing.
whack it.
Yeah,
I
you go.
hate
You go, and then you bam, and it just goes, and you hear clunk down at the goal. You don't even see the ball.
My buddy Tim.
Freaking
does that.
awesome.
I hate you both.
The ladies are like, oh God, that's what I've been looking for. Someone that knows how to play foosball and has a time machine back to 1978.
And they run out crying. I'm thinking of Steve. Go on.
Oh, right. So, all right, we got, and then the weed circle breaks up outside, and everyone comes in.
Sure.
Everyone, I got to tell you, feeling good.
Great.
Everyone's not only feeling good, like the drink, the food, playing foosball for me.
Did you think you were going to be there that late? I did.
Oh, no, I did not.
No.
I did not. I didn't know what this was going to be. I thought, yeah, we pay our respects, we have some fun, we drink a little.
Up by 9.
And-
I almost
right.
kept one of my big LOL spots at 11. Thank God.
Oh, thank God. You'd have
gotta-
missed the real LOL. Oh my God.
I want to pretend I set that up. But so good. Go on.
So then the weed circle kind of broke up outside, and everyone came back into the basement. Now the place is pretty full. The people behind the bar making their own drinks. There's no
hey,
bartender.
Steve, how many people were in there? 800.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love them, guys.
And there's a golf video game. So we all decide
Golden
we're
Tee.
playing.
How
Golden
old are
Tee.
you that you don't know that?
Dude, I play computer games.
Yeah, you won't. Yeah, I apologize, but yeah, that blows me away. But I get it. You play all the. I'm sorry.
No, you know the ball, the fucking.
Oh no, I know Golden Tee. I don't know any of the games you play because you're hip and I'm old.
Oh, I am just fucking.
He was great at Golden Tee.
Steve, it was hilarious, but this is the end of hilarious, Steve, and his mutation into I don't know what the fuck that was, Steve.
Wow.
So he's playing, and now we're golfing with this thing, and it's the standard big round white ball thing, and you got to adjust and like that. Steve has figured out all you really need to do is pull that fucker back as hard as possible, and then bash it forward as hard as possible, and everything goes in, even on putts.
Yeah.
Like it kind of takes the finesse out of which is kind of indicative of what he did when he spoke, too.
He's
Just
not a finesse.
full blast. No finesse. Just fucking let it rip. Regardless, Norton.
He's not a. Men are gonna do some drinking. He's not a finesse guy. He's not.
No. So we were playing that and having a lot of fun. Now, at this point,
It's like everyone was having a great time.
a great time. I mean, a great time. The company, the people, the drink, the food, everything was so good that we were just laughing and like you could just look at someone and everyone's smiling, having a good time.
If I can ask you a question,
Yes.
and now it's the end of the night, right?
It's getting to that
Hey,
point.
like, it would take a lot to do something that would retroactively fuck up everything that led to that moment.
Oh, it would be almost impossible.
All right, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You go on. It's like if we were gambling, lock it up.
Oh, it's a lock.
You know what I told Garrett was during our show? We do a little thing for yours. I said, it's like an untimed down in football. It's like, well, we'll just do one more play, but nothing can go wrong.
Nothing could go wrong. And then, oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, that. You go. Yeah, yeah.
So I believe Garrett and his wife Jamie and everyone they were behind the bar.
Yes.
I was on the other side of the bar in front.
I was next to you like a laughing hyena.
Yeah, and then the other side of me was Steve's chick, and Steve was behind the bar.
Can I just interrupt and say I was outside at the fire pit and I was beckoned inside because someone wanted to say something.
This was
Look at Steve.
yeah. You know how during the evening at a wedding, you'll hear like the and everyone goes, "Oh, a toast, a toast." And throughout the night, someone might raise a glass and go, "Hey, I just want to say, what a great night. Thank you so much." It happens all night during
I just want to say something nice about your wife.
Right, nice. So, Steve calls everyone to attention.
Sure.
Because he's got something to say.
But we kind of, in his defense, we drove him into that. We said, am I wrong? We said, and I had a couple of me and a couple more, but it was like, we all gave speeches outside. And then we're like, and we love Steve. We're like, you're his right-hand man. Watch this, Steve, clarify, I'm sorry.
Just a little extra prefacing. Me and Garrett's wife were talking about your speeches, and she said, you should do one right now.
Oh, no. Oh,
and
no.
I said, no, I probably shouldn't. She's like, no. And then she told like her brother or somebody, go get Garrett. He'll do one right.
Oh,
you're victim,
I was like,
you're victim
blaming.
No. I said okay after that. I said, okay, I'll do one.
You're victim blaming now.
Did we not jump in and be like, you should? You sit next to him every day.
Like De Niro told Pesci, you're going to take that? This is World Comedy. Aren't you going to do a speech?
You did that.
We all did one. What's the matter with you?
That reference that night and I didn't get it.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
dumb.
yeah.
So anyway, back to you,
boy.
buddy.
So, Garrett gets beckoned, and all attention is on Steve.
Steve, who, by the way, don't know if you know this, that guy Steve.
Yeah.
There's a show here every day before mine.
Oh, he does, yeah.
It's great.
The dump.
Couldn't follow it today
Of course.
because the whole show was a teaser for.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Steve proceeds to lambast and insult and degrade and say terrible things
Awful.
about Garrett's wife's family.
Like he was speech to texting on Twitter and he didn't, and you know.
And it wasn't like we were all sitting there waiting for the big reveal, the big punchline.
Tell him, Garrett.
Where it would go like, where it would be like, right at the ultimate uncomfortableness, it goes, oh my God, that's brilliant.
And to his credit, he's capable of it. Otherwise, we're like, whoa, Steve doesn't know what he's doing. Steve's not funny. Let's bail him out. But since we know Steve's funny, we're like, well, this guy is gonna blow us away.
It turned so quickly, is what happened.
No, it never turned. That's the problem.
No, I mean, he was like, okay. As far as I saw, I didn't see it and go, uh-oh, Steve's going to be a problem. He's drunk. He's really better keep an eye on him or something. He was fine the whole night. Drinking at the table, fucking eating every hors d'oeuvre that passed by.
There were hors d'oeuvres?
Oh, you should have been there on time. And I don't know how far anyone wants to go in saying exactly what he said. That would be up to Garrett.
I would guess all the way.
Because some of them, I was so shocked, I don't really remember a lot of these.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like the gist of it being about Jeopardy and stuff like that, but I don't really remember.
Yeah.
It was more.
But it was more calling calling your wife's family whores and stupid and
my bit.
And really nasty stuff.
I don't even remember that part.
To the point, yeah. Like so everyone's sitting there literally in shock.
Yeah, I was laughing because I'm like, what are you doing you're really doing this right in front of
It's gotta go somewhere.
This has got to be going
It's gonna be funny.
This is going to be amazing.
I said it was
like, I can't believe you're doing this. This
Oh my
is gonna
God.
be great.
I said it was like Point Break. You're like, now pull the shoot. Now pull the shoot. Now pull the shoot.
Yeah, pull the chute. What are you doing?
He never pulled the shoot.
Just fucking drilled right in.
And then when he hits, he goes like this, and he just left. He just left. It was Marge, I'm not going to lie to you. And he left. And by the way, at one point you go like this, you were trying to console his girlfriend.
Yeah, I felt bad. She was literally crying, dude. She was crying. So as he's going on and everyone's in shock and we're waiting for this maybe moment to
haymaker of a punchline.
I turned and I said, are you done? Like, are you done? I go, because I think you're done. I go, what are you doing? What
and
are
then
you doing?
the owner
here?
of the house was like, put the music back on.
Yeah. That's when the music went back on. And then you sat down for a moment.
Wipeout immediately.
Next to me again. And I just said, I go, Steve, you got to apologize. You got to say something. Because that was way out of hand, man.
It was
way out of hand.
The worst thing.
And he, to his credit, he got up and left without saying a word to anybody.
And his girlfriend just silently.
His girlfriend, one tear running down. I'm like, oh, this poor girl.
She
I felt bad for her.
She was Marge Simpson.
Yeah.
Does that sound like the actions of a man who had all the fish he could eat?
So she went up and Steve and they hightailed it out of there. But it did leave kind of a dark cloud.
I would say
over a night that was just perfect.
It's great.
It was a perfect.
I said this to Steve in his defense. Even Steve, we'll look back at this in a couple fucking weeks, years, and laugh at this.
No, he won't. There's no There's no laughing. It's like if you were one of the guards at Auschwitz, and then you go, people, you'll laugh about this.
Oh, you're
in
gonna
a few
think it's
years.
so funny. You killed
I think
everyone.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It was like really bad.
I've never seen that.
If there was innuendo or double entendre or some way where it's like you're saying something bad about someone, but not really, if there was any element of comedy in it, it was literally just shitting on the bride and groom's family.
So funny.
I don't know where that came from. Now, I definitely want to let you speak your piece. What were you thinking? Were you
Say
thinking?
it right. Say
Was
it right.
this a blackout? And how did things go on the ride home and once you got home?
So I was thinking, you guys gave such great speeches where you were kind of funny, but then you turned it around and you were nice. I was going to do the same thing. It was just the same thing, but I was one drink away from a blackout. I drank like that entire bottle of Jameson.
It would have been
that they had.
better. Then you wouldn't have remembered it.
I fucking wish
Now you have
I
to
had
go.
blacked
You could have been
out.
like, bullshit.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
I hate remembering this, and I'll never forget. This is going to be every day for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
But you, in his defense, that's true because you saw his brain ran out of. It's like he probably. Here's what's going to upset you even more. You might. I honestly believe because we work with him all the time. He's very funny. I think you were getting to the greatest punchline ever, and then you got. That's when you hit blackout. It's like. And it's like, and because his face did it not.
Now I don't remember the punchline, so now it was just a big insult.
Yeah, it was like he goes, and you're a stupid bitch.
Yeah. Stupid bitch did come up.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a stupid bitch. Did you see the aunt? Fuck her in a fucking... Like, it was that bad, people. It was like that. It
I
wasn't,
was going to turn it around.
hey, there are a few people here with maybe could use an appointment with a hairstylist from this century.
Oh.
Like that. You'd been like, get it. But it was like, literally, name fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
This person, asshole, cunt, fuck her. I'm like, what? It's Gilbert.
You were uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable.
I got a little too drunk.
It's like, this is weird.
Oh,
I lost
dude.
the ability to finesse.
Now you
the
have to let me
insults
know
in.
what happened because I know your chick was fucking.
She's a sweetie.
She
Well-
felt so bad.
Yeah, that was very embarrassing for everyone. I immediately, when I took off and ran upstairs, because I was trying to apologize. I was like, please, can I go? And the owner of the house, the woman, was like, it's really probably best if you don't talk to her right now.
Oh.
And I was like, I completely understand. I completely get it. I just want to say I'm sorry. That's all I'm here. Like, I'm really fucking sorry. So she said, all right, I'm going to go upstairs and see if she'll...
You thought you said that. You were probably like, fuck you, cunt. Let me through. I got something to say. your image of it. Like Wolf of Wall Street. Like you think you're saying like, oh, please excuse me. I would like to apologize. Out of the way, cunt.
See Beer Fest. I'd like to slip out of these clothes and into a dry mud. And he fucks a fat chick. You ever see that? That's Steve. That's Steve.
I think that was part of his, yeah.
The
Oh
worst
my
part is,
God,
I remember
Steve.
thinking I was being funny, but then at one point I look up and there's just a wall of angry people.
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
yelling at me.
Yeah,
and I was
it
like, oh, I guess that
it
wasn't
was
very
pretty
good.
brutal. Garrett, your wife, what did she say?
Oh God.
She didn't understand why this guy she had just met that day even
Oh my God!
was
look at Steve.
making fun of her and at her
Could you
wedding.
imagine? Yeah, just met that day.
The most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my
Yeah,
life.
she couldn't understand
The
why.
most embarrassing thing.
And then it was all like, how come he knows this? Or why, then I'm getting the, why does he know this about me? And that is.
I literally made inside bad jokes. It was really awful. It was the worst thing I could have ever done.
Well,
The
jokes is a
Jeopardy
little
thing.
strong
Garrett
of a
said that
term.
on a show, and I repeated it.
Yeah. Let's not call them jokes. For, just to honor what are jokes. Let's keep that word out of the mix. Dude, it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen at a wedding.
Amazing.
Literally one of the craziest things. Because it doesn't fit the other crazy things like, oh, there's the groom and his friends are dancing and they slip and he falls down. All that shit. You get, oh, they brought out the balloon saxophones. Look out. That was the most insane thing I've ever seen at a wedding.
Tell him again that the party was over and all he had to do was say, "You're great."
You were there. You had the fucking trophy.
Over.
I was pouring my last drink and about to order an Uber right before I made my big speech.
You did pour your last drink. Whether you liked it or not.
You could have literally said, "Hey, Garrett's a fag. I love you."
Oh, yeah. See, that would have been like, I didn't think this faggot would ever
That's
get
all
married.
I meant to do.
I'm using
I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
I got
use
lost
that
in the
one.
insults. And I
didn't
couldn't
know.
stop.
You mind if I check you for a cock? And that's even pushing it. But that's more on Garrett being a faggot.
It was the worst thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm confident in that.
I somehow doubt that. But I did hear you crashed a car and wanted to run away.
I crashed 2 cars again.
And your friend turned you in.
Yeah, yep.
I should have known from that story that there was still the potential of
If I had enough alcohol, I can do
drinking
anything.
and I was pretty lit. I was doing really well.
It's gone.
And I was sitting there going, there's something inherently wrong about
I called
this.
him retarded. Do you remember calling him retarded?
Yeah.
And you dug into the first D. Are you retarded?
Retarded.
Because it's like we will make the worst, even things that are funny. We're like, I thought it was funny. You're like, no, I'm on your side.
He's there. And you were the guy. How does that work?
I have no idea. I
Pat
wasn't even
Dixon would
wearing
have
a
punched you in the
headband.
face. Pat Dixon would have punched you. Well, so that's what happened.
But then,
I'm sure
so,
you reconciled.
Once I was upstairs waiting to apologize, it never happened. So I was just sitting there.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was like, "Hey, we should get the fuck out of here."
She's like Bonnie and Clyde.
And she ordered an Uber. We took off, and then we didn't really talk
At all.
Talk since.
Since when?
Well, the next day it was fine. Well, not fine.
Right.
Not fine at all. But like we spoke. That night, we barely said any words to each other. I couldn't speak. I was done. I sobered up.
Maybe
like
you should have had that problem an hour earlier.
How does she, if I may, and then I'll get out of your hair, you have legit guesses.
Please.
If I may, how does she, what is the first thing she says to you the following day?
God.
Am I the only curious one? Is it like, wow, or hey, dipshit?
I think the packing suitcase spoke for itself.
She looked at me like I was a dog with 3 legs and just went, "Oh, come here,"
Oh my God.
and hugged me and was like, "It's okay. You know, it's not important it's very important what happened, but it's what happens next. What you do next is also important."
Oh, identifying that, reasoning it out, figuring out where your fault was, and
You got to face it.
yeah, sure.
Well, let me guess. So do you quit? No, Gino needs me.
Of course, please. No, see, that's not a firing offense.
No,
punching you in the mouth.
You would never
is a
fire
firing
him. That's
offense.
not my point. It's like,
This
how do
is
you show
just,
your face
of course.
again?
It's like, you hire a bunch of fucking lions and they rip a gazelle apart. I'm like, oh, hey, you. I should know. I should have known better.
Oh, I wasn't implying you would. I'm saying, like, he's got to show his face again. Like, you would never fight.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he knows you're going to come in and do this. He's like, he probably is.
Showed up.
He's expecting a raise for how much
Showed up.
material he gave you. I don't blame him.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, you think the boss is mad? No, the boss is the only guy that's thrilled about this. He doesn't have to work on Monday. At one point, do you remember saying, I got to get in at 2 o'clock so stupid Gino doesn't talk about it
Doesn't
first?
talk about it first.
Are you coming in at 2? No, I'm not coming in at 2 o'clock, you idiots.
It was. Are there any more weddings happening? Because as my guest, I will take.
Working on it.
I'm pretty good at speeches.
Yeah. It's like Costanza. What was that? He gave the worst speech ever at a wedding.
No.
It was one of a Seinfeld episode.
Of course, I
And
know.
they talked
Walter.
about how horrible it was.
I don't
And I'm
remember
like,
that.
no, even that. Because it wasn't even a bad speech.
I wish it was a bad speech.
It was like,
speech. It's called hate speech.
that was movie quality bad. Like you'd see someone do that in a movie and go, all right, we're watching something that would never really happen in real life. But as a movie, you have to believe some, suspension of disbelief. No one would actually do that at a wedding.
Look at him stressed out. Look at him.
What were you drinking all night?
I drank the whole bottle of Jameson that was there.
Oh, he got there late, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that left you a whole bottle.
And he was drinking wine.
Yeah, you were drinking the Pinot with
It was
me.
with the giant novelty cigar.
Yes, the giant novelty cigar that you brought out of your wedding backpack. That was the funniest thing.
I'm a disaster.
Look, he brought a wedding backpack.
I was on a train for a while.
Yeah.
Long one.
Yeah, I know. That's why you showed up late. Yeah.
Let me tell you, as I said on my show, no, I got there 4 hours early, it turns out.
Oh,
I got there for the only thing that matters. Oh, they're married, whatever.
Married, right? So you see that fucking piece of shit? That was fucking... They're like, oh no.
All in disbelief.
Foosball, anyone?
His turn is it at Golden Tee.
It was horrifying. I think you're up. Let's put the music back up. It's like after the barroom brawl in a Western, and then it's all quiet, and then the guy goes, bring, ding, 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 starts the fucking piano up, and everyone starts milling about and playing cards again. And,
It's back.
yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. But that moment was just horrifying.
It's horrific.
Oh, it was horrifying. Yeah. Holy shit.
It's like
really
someone-
screwed up bad.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Steve.
If you want to see footage of the speech, Google parachute tangles as he leaves the plane.
You've reconciled with Garrett for the most part.
I've tried to apologize 1,000 times over.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing I can do though. Like I can apologize 1 billion times. It doesn't fix the thing I did.
Did you at least, give him an envelope?
The next day, I got pastries and flowers, and I brought them to the hotel, and I said, I'm really fucking sorry. I wanted to apologize in person. She obviously did not come down to see me, and I don't blame her for one fucking bit.
The pastry would have went right now.
I was expecting everything I was bringing to get thrown back in my face.
Did you see Garrett's wife? No, she
No.
would not see him, right?
No.
I love
He
this.
came by pretty early. She was still sleeping.
Yeah, probably crying all night. Of course she's sleeping. Nice fucking damper on the honeymoon, too.
I talked
I
to
woke them up early. Hi, it's me again.
Oh, sweetie.
I don't know if you remember me from last night, but I have flowers and pastries.
Oh, my God.
You want to hear some more of my jokes?
Yeah. Jamie just goes to Garrett. I'm going to slip into something a little more comfortable. And she comes out of the bathroom with a coat on and a suitcase. Tell your fucking friend.
airline ticket.
Airline.
We talked about it. I texted him this picture to try and cheer him up. I'm like,
No.
I texted him. This
Oh,
picture,
it's
right?
our picture,
You know what he
right.
responded with? He just wrote back, "What a great time everyone was having."
Was having. Good. Past tense. Very important.
All right, I've covered. Dude, thanks again for
Awesome.
900 episodes and for this.
900 episodes,
You're
right?
an idiot. You're an idiot.
Congratulations. You want to give him a speech or something? 900 episodes?
You should have waited till I was drinking so you burned
Congratulations
my
on 900 episodes, Gina. You're a fucking faggot. Nobody fucking likes you.
I'll be her.
I hope you fucking die.
I'm glad your parents are dead so they can't see this.
I wish they could get cancer twice so they could die again, you
my
fucking
God.
fag.
Yeah, did you bring, I think you brought cancer up.
I probably
was the
did.
speech,
Any bad thing
Shandong.
I said.
Shandong, my friend.
It was really a bad idea.
Inviting you?
I'm gonna leave this here for the other.
Yeah. The only person who wishes they had a time machine more than me is Garrett, so he could not invite me.
And your chick, probably.
Oh yeah. She was very ashamed
I
of
felt
me.
terrible, dude. She was literally just sitting there with a single tear, like Demi Moore in Ghost. I felt so bad. Like, oh, isn't it terrible when a girl has to put up with her dopey boyfriend's antics and be like, yeah, he's with me. Fuck.
I couldn't even look her in the face. I couldn't do it.
I don't doubt it.
I was planning on getting laid that night too.
Oh, please. Oh,
How
God.
laid do you think I would have gotten
Good
if I
luck
tried?
with that one.
You think if I rolled over in bed was like, hey baby, and touched
Oh,
your
my
tits,
God.
she'd be into it?
She could literally have you arrested for rape. like that. Absolutely. And well, she should have.
Yeah, she probably should have just done
no
that
way
anyway.
she was a consenting person in that after that night. That was so bad.
I blew it sky high.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what happened. Robert is asking, did anyone tape it? Unfucking believably, no. There was not a camera rolling because we just didn't. If I knew it was going to be
thank God.
something that legendary.
I wouldn't want it pristine in my memory to be able to go back and see exactly what he said.
Right. Exactly what he said. Everyone else is like, just pan the room and we're all like, just horrified. Oh, I will tell you though, Garrett, one of the best weddings I ever went to. I
Awesome.
swear.
Thanks.
Right up until that moment. And if you take the personal stuff and feelings and just look at it like a cyborg, that added to an amazing thing. Unfortunately, people got hurt. You know. But I will tell you, it was awesome. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Yeah, just such a great time. Great people. Like I'm not rubbing your face in it, Steve, but what a nice family. Like both sides.
Yeah.
Just really cool people. They took their time to come up and talk, and it wasn't like I didn't know anybody. They didn't know me. They heard of me obviously because you work there here. But it was so cool because they just made time to come up and say hi and talk, and really great group of people that Steve shit all over. All right, thank you everybody.